And good morning, people. Welcome back to Chronicle, or at least a re-recording of this one, because it decided to go, well, the recording decided to go somewhere. I have no idea where. Anyways, last time we met up with some people, some person in a house, I believe. It's been a while since I actually did this one. I found out that I was missing a part, and yeah. So these items here, do not even think about them, because they will change between the last part and the next part. Not that it's going to matter anyway, but first things I want to do is just take a picture of that flower, because it's not missable because there's a few behind it, but yeah, there is something I want to usually pick up straight away before it does disappear, that one. Anyways, let's go and talk to some furbits. That's what they're called. So, yep. Off to the house.
Nobody's home!
Bird, we just saw you go in there.
I hear the furbits are crazy about grape juice.
Well, have you got any?
And we brought all this grape juice too. Now what are we gonna do? If he won't let us in, I guess we'll just have to throw it away.
Okay, Monica.
Come in!
And
Hey,
where's the grape juice? You're going to have a bit of explaining to do, Monica. Oh, look, three of them.
Look at that! 3 of them! What?
Yep, the grape juice.
Oh, you want the grape juice, huh? Well, it'll cost ya.
Really?
Let's see.
You're really going through with this,
I've
Monica?
heard you furbits have a mysterious magical power to make things like houses and plants.
That sounds incredibly convenient.
What are you getting at?
I want you to use that power to help us.
Help you?
You probably know there's something strange going on. The whole world has become like one big deserted island.
Well, except for Palm Springs.
Everything's disappeared. At this rate, there won't be anything left in the future. I want you to use your building power to rebuild a town in this time.
No way! It's too much work. Besides, we got no time for that, so just run along now, will ya?
Well, oh
What do
well.
you mean you don't have time for that?
Even if I told you, it wouldn't change a thing. Hold on, Rococo. Okay, you two, I think I understand. Come on over here and have a seat.
You look like you're a bit older than the other two, so we'll talk to you.
The name's Conda. This here's Rococo. And this is Tobo.
Interesting
Pleased
names.
to meet you. So, who might you two be?
I'm Monica.
I'm Max. Nice to meet you.
You know there's something wrong with the world, right? A great darkness is trying to distort the flow of time.
I was beginning to wonder about what was happening to our forest.
Ah, so something has been happening here as
Of course,
well.
I'd like to help out, but... to be honest, we're in a bit of a fix ourselves. Even if we wanted to, we can't help you till we solve our own problems.
That makes sense if you're a bit in trouble.
What's wrong? Tell us about it.
It's a long story, but it must have been about a year ago or so. One day, a beautiful woman got lost and wandered in here. We don't like humans too much, so we approached her carefully. Humans are crafty, cunning creatures. That's how we've always thought of you.
And it's the truth.
But this woman was different, she was. Her soul was more beautiful than words can describe. Said her name was Holly. I had a feeling that wasn't her real name, but that didn't matter a bit. During the few days and weeks she was with us, she wove a sort of spell over us all. She had us in the palm of her hand. Then, one day out of the blue, something happened. Holly left to search for food and just disappeared into the forest, never to return. A few days went by and still no Holly. We were so sad. It was like our hearts had been broken into a million little pieces.
You can probably guess where this is
There
going.
was no way we could go on without her. In those few short weeks, she had become an essential part of our lives. She was part of us all. So we formed a search party to search for Holly. A party of 4 set out for Rainbow Butterfly Wood, where she disappeared that day. But those 4 haven't come back yet either. I was sure I picked the most able-bodied of our tribe, but they turned out to be a bunch of goofs. So basically, at this point in time, I'm afraid we can't help you 2 out. You want us to use our special powers to help you, but the thing is, all 7 of us have to be here in order for it to work.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, I guess it is a bit of work to create anything out of nothing.
Besides, we're really not in a helping mood. I'm pretty sure you understand.
I certainly do.
That's quite a story.
I have a proposition to make.
We're going into the forest to look for Holly and your little dwarf
I
friends.
bet I can guess. You want us to go into the woods and find your 4 friends, right?
You mean you'll help us? Could you also keep an eye out for Holly? Each day without her brings us nothing but gloom.
I understand. 4 or 5, what's the difference?
Well, the number 1.
So what does this Holly look like anyway? Any special features?
Special features, let me see. Must have been something. Her hair. It was long, I think. No, wait. Maybe it was short. I think.
Okay.
Wait, that's it. The potato pies used to make were the greatest.
Really? That's not much to go on.
That's right, they were mighty tasty.
Yeah, incredible.
Forget it.
Potato pie?
And if you remember, Max has a favourite for potato pie. It is something that helps him boost up his defense after all.
That reminded me of the potato pies you made for me when I was a kid. They
Okay.
were so warm, eating them would always cheer me up.
And this is
The most
why he
delicious
loves them.
potato pies in the whole world.
And it's also why he's out here.
Could it be the Holly that the Furbits talked about was actually you, Mother? Just thinking that made my heart beat faster.
Well, you are. His mother is out in the world. So
This
maybe,
was the other
who
reason
knows?
that I wanted to see the world, so that I could find you again, Mother. Even though the world had been laid waste, I had a feeling that you were out there. Somewhere.
And here we go.
It's just beyond here. Lately there seem to be some nasty monsters living in these parts. Watch yourselves now.
Well, it wouldn't be a dungeon game if we didn't have nasty monsters to defeat.
Yeah.
And there goes that flower that I was
lives a
telling you
mysterious
about.
rainbow-colored butterfly.
Okay.
And anyone who lays eyes upon that butterfly never leaves the woods again.
Oh.
You know, I wonder if Holly and the search party we sent out went and accidentally found themselves that rainbow butterfly.
That's a possibility if they haven't come back.
Just be careful not to run into that rainbow butterfly.
What do you mean, be careful? What could we possibly do to prevent it?
If that happens,
If that happens?
just pretend you didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. My thoughts exactly, Monica.
Well, whatever. Okay, we're off.
Oh, take this with you, boy.
Okay.
What's this?
It's the Ferret's favorite thing in the world, grape juice.
Just one bottle.
If you have this with you, those guys just might smell you and come running.
I thought there were 4 though. Well, they are pretty small. Maybe a bottle will do.
Okay, I got you. Thanks, Conda.
Good. I'll be here waiting for you. I wish you good luck.
I know it might sound a bit odd, but it does seem like there's a bit of a connection between a certain fairy tale. 3 dwarfs still around, 4 dwarfs in the forest, so that makes 7, and a woman. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, anyone? Not exactly the same, but it's worth it. But anyways, yeah, you can still get the picture of the flower, but I like to do it at the first opportunity just for the heck of it. Anyway, Rainbow Butterfly Woods. As you can see, it is a little bit bigger than the underground waterway, and it has 2 paths. I don't believe we can do one of them. Actually, I know we can't do one of them because one's for later in the game, which will become apparent. Anyways, first floor, Frightening Forest, and the goal is attack and defeat all enemies using Monica's sword. And you might notice that the time to defeat all monsters is 4 minutes and 45 seconds, slightly more than the underground waterway, so it is slightly better and slightly more chance, but it's not going to happen at the moment. I'm just not leveled up enough and have enough weapon abilities. But anyways, let's go in and kill things with Monica. Luckily, the one difference between this section and the only one difference between this section and my actual main game through, because of the thing, is items. Max has a pretty dull wrench at the moment because of that, and I have less bread than I was meaning to have, but I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove this because I want to show you something that you can use in this game. Let's move that down here. You can move things with the square button, so that's useful. Anyways, you can split up your items by pressing the triangle button, which I'm going to do with my bread. I'm going to put 6 onto one and 1 onto the other. Mostly because, well, I don't have the 20 that I had before, but Monica is going to be needing it. And you can also do the same with pretty much anything that has a amount. Obviously you can't do it with something that's got 1 of. And also going to split the poison antidotes. Finally, I'm going to equip the repair powder onto her because I might be needing that to repair her weapon, because since I'm going to be using it constantly. Anyways, Monica has a few peculiarities about her. She uses a sword. And let's have a look at the status. 15 attack, 21 durability, so it's pretty durable, but its attack is lacking. And she also uses magic brassards, which is magic. That will be shown a bit later, so you don't need to worry too much about that. She starts off with 8 more health than Max, and also has the same defense, so she's pretty decent in a fight already. She does take a while to pick up rocks, because at least a little bit longer than Max, so you need to stay in place a little bit longer. Her swords, nothing too major. They're slightly slower than, at least this one is slightly slower than Max's weapon, but her weapons will get much more powerful. Than Max's ones, because, well, he uses a wrench and Monica uses a sword. In complete honesty, it only matters really for what enemies you're facing. And skeleton soldiers. When they're doing the vertical slice, don't bother trying to attack. Only do it on the horizontal because it's slower and you can actually do stuff with it. If you do it with the vertical slash, there's a chance that they will hit you through because they are still not stunned. Himaras, plants, they're weak against swords anyway, so nothing really too dangerous there. Skeleton soldiers also have another special ability, which I'm not sure if I'll be able to show because they do it pretty rarely actually. Oh, man-eating grass. These are stationary. They cannot be. They do not move. They only attack from range with that, and they have a close-up attack for when you are next to them. That seems close-up attack. They are weak against your armband attacks, so that's good for the future ones. But for the moment, nothing amazing. Nothing amazing. And yay for devil, half sword HP. That's okay. Again, wait for the horizontal slash because it's slower. Of course, this one does not want to do it. This first level is basically to get you familiar with the way Monica's weapon works. It's quicker, it will eventually do a bit more damage against more enemies, I believe, than Max's weapon. And overall she's, to be honest, a better fighter. At least in my opinion. Come on. The Himaras, the skeleton soldiers, and the man-eating grass are the only 3 enemies in this first level. There's nothing else. Fairy Saw is the exit item. Just like the reservoir key, the channel key, whatever you want to call it. The fairy saw is this one. We'll get to see that a bit later. How to use that. And there's that gone. Enemies have improved. They are much more durable than the ones that were in the channel, as you might have guessed by the amount of hits I'm having to take to kill them. But that's really to be expected, since this is the second level, classic gun, or the second chapter. And there's the exit, which we'll get back to after I've finished raiding this place, I guess. And oh, I don't know why I'm doing that, since well, it's not like I'm keeping this particular playthrough, but this thing. Oh well, might as well just show you what I can get in there, I guess. I believe the man-eating grass have a chance to poison you with that spray. So yeah, try to avoid it. Also, the Himaras have a new status effect that they are going to be... They spit goo, which gives you the status gooey. It slows you down. You can only go at a walking speed. You cannot go any faster than that, and I believe it also slows your attack speed. So yeah, try to avoid it. It's not pleasant. This is the healing spring, just like the water in the waterway channel. Walk into it, you get healed. Nothing special. And that's a lot of enemies in the same place. Okay. Yeah, that range attack just does gooey on you. It's nothing too major, and it does wear off after time. Come on, skeleton soldier. Why are you attacking from there? And thank you. And that's that one now. And Mama. Blocking really does help. Learning to block. Because, well, most enemies, you pretty much negate everything they can do. And yeah, the man-eating grass's spit attack does go through block. Not everything does, but that one does. Oh, and there we go. You get it down to 0, it does come back to life on occasion. I actually haven't been able to show that in my complete one, so there may be a bit of discrepancy there. But they can only do it once. They die, they come back, they die again, they are dead for good. This is not going to be hot. This is not going to be easy. Luckily I can heal myself. Yeah, they can poison you. So there we go. first level of the Rainbow Butterfly
Looks
Woods
like we got them all.
and Monica's sword introduction. She does get an armband introduction later on, which I'll be actually showing in the next part. But I guess that's all we really need to do here. Shown you what was missing, and there's a map if you might have noticed. A bit useless at this point. And yeah, we're now going to search for 4 Furbits and a woman, and try to avoid a rainbow butterfly. Hopefully, we do. But if there's anything to be read about this type of game, it's we're going to run into it. So this is the tree exit, and we just use the fairy saw, just like the channel. After a bit of animation, you cut down the tree, and off we go. So, next time we'll go into the strange tree and the one beyond. Who knows what will happen? So, until then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Goodbye.